Yeah, if you guys did a strawberry rhubarb, I would help you make it.
Yeah.
I'll just kidding. Like, I won't make it because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'll just do, like, the labor part.
Oh, yeah.
Put this here. Sweep the floor. Hey guys, I'm Brian. This is Khalil.
We are Beers of a Feather, a show that brings great questions
With even better brews. Today we are at Little Miss Brewery in Logan Heights with Guillermo. Guillermo, you've been with Little Miss for how long now?
6 years now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a career, man. I like
10 years in the industry in Sandiego, but finally I chose Little Miss as hopefully my last spot. Maybe not, but
he lives and breathes Little Miss.
I'm telling you, like we were setting up
His thing.
and this looked like this is impressive what you guys got going on here. What 30 barrel system?
30 barrel system to work in progress. We've been constructing since the beginning of the year, but backlogs with forms and with licenses are going to cause extra delay.
I mean, what can you do? What can you do?
Yeah, I would say the next few months we're going to be operational, but I said that 2 months ago, so
Nice.
catch me again 2 months.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we have our first port here. This is the Little Senorita lager, right? This is not.
This is the hazy. the
That is our number one next to that.
because you did that.
Oh, my
Or
fault.
he.
I want to say board the Savor Private Hazy because I actually wanted to drink this beer.
Yeah. This is all
We
you.
are guessing your house, man. We are guessing your house. I appreciate
It was
that.
not on purpose, but it was just subliminally, like my mind wanted to drink this beer.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's not happening. It's going with this one. I got it.
That's fine. Well, hazy goes first.
So, right? We love you.
Yeah.
This would be a little hazy for lager though. So
Yeah. So this is the Saving Private Hazy. I absolutely love the name.
Trying to call me out on that. He's like, I mean, that'd be a little hazy for a lager ball.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, it would be. Yes, it would be.
yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Oh man, that is the aroma.
Yep. Nice and juicy. Well, I can see why you wanted to try this one first. I mean, this one's good.
Yeah. We call these brewers beers because you have a lot of intense hop notes.
Yeah.
But it's also lower in alcohol. So as a brewer, you want to be able to drink 3 to 5 to 6 beers without, not needing to get a ride home or, not pass it out instantly.
Oh yeah, I always wondered that. It's like if I was a brewmaster or a brew lead or a brewer, and I'm always having to go through here and test everything to make sure quality, right?
No.
Yeah. They got to try this beer.
And in every episode, it always ends up the same way where I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't do it. I honestly couldn't do this job.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
Well, I think usually as we end up sweating out most of it.
There you go.
Anyways. It's a hot day today, but once we get the boiler going and everything, it could reach up to 110, 115 degrees.
Yeah. Well, you got this beautiful band going on for us.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited. I can feel it.
Our main location's in Miramar. This is going to be our second brew house, but everything's a lot hotter up in Miramar.
Yeah.
We got some nice coastal winds coming in, so I'm very excited to potentially have the spot as our.
Well, so what is the inspiration on this juicy that we had?
So we do a lot of hazies. I always in the mindset of you want a session hazy or a hazy pale, just something that is embodying what it means to be a hazy. Soft, juicy, hoppy, not too bitter, but bitterness is still there.
Yeah.
But you don't want the alcohol to be too extreme. You want to have something that.
How much alcohol percentage is this one?
5?
5?
5.1.
Not bad.
Nice.
Something that you can drink 2 or 3 and still be completely in control.
Yeah.
And then from there we usually propagate that yeast up because we buy fresh from juice yeast or imperial yeast. So the strain is juice yeast, and then there we propagate it up.
Okay.
So we usually always start with the session hazy, and then we propagate it up to, let's say, a bigger hazy, like a regular hazy IPA.
Yeah, because we see that a lot with some of the breweries we're hitting. The juicy hazy, because now you can really bump up that alcohol by volume and then still get a lot of flavor to kind of help with it and throw some hops into it back in. And it's just tons of flavor, but you're not getting overpowered by all this alcohol. But you're all of a sudden you're an 8 to a 10. You're holy crap.
But
So-
it's dual because we tend to spend more money on a bigger pitch for, let's say, if we were going to do like a big hazy IPA.
Yeah.
So we're cutting down on costs by doing a lower alcohol beer, but we also get the opportunity to do a beer like this.
Yeah.
And let's say today we're brewing the USS Shibata, which is another kind of hazy session
Nice.
pale. And
Nice. Can't wait to try that one.
and it's an opportunity for us to brew some new stuff here and there and try something else.
Yeah. So the difference between going from like a hazy and a hazy IPA, I'm guessing you guys are throwing more hops in there.
It's a little more hops, a little bit more malt, and the more sugars that you add from your malt,
Right.
the more alcohol you're going to get.
Right.
But at the same time, a lot of these hazy yeasts don't ferment out fully, completely, as opposed to, let's say, their Cal normal IPA variants. So you're going to have a little bit more residual yeast, which means residual sugars.
Yeah.
Means you're going to have a little bit more sweetness at the end.
Yeah.
But you could always balance that out with more bitterness.
You can always, yes. The fine balance.
Yeah, if you ever have a really like double hazy IPA, and if you ever had it be a little bit too sweet, the main fix of that would just add more bitterness to it to balance it out.
You guys want to go on to the next one?
Let's do it. Let's do it. So this one's going to be the Little Senorita Lager. All right. So cheers, by the way.
Cheers,
I
guys.
didn't cheers yet. I mean, that
So I kind of cheers earlier, but it's more of like a secret hidden cheers.
Oh, that's
Well,
fine.
that's
That's fine.
I was like,
I don't know. I didn't see that part either. But right now we're gonna be drinking the Little Senorita Lager, right?
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that right?
Little señorita.
Little Senorita.
There we go.
Bonita. Bonita. I made that up. All right. So how much alcohol percentage is this one?
This one's still same thing as same private hazy, 5%.
Nice.
I really like that 5%er just because
It's a true lager.
it's a true balance.
Yeah.
And I really like this beer too because it kind of embodies what I think a Mexican lager should be.
Yes.
Nice crispness, good corn flavor at the end. We use Motica hops, New Zealand.
Ooh, I like that.
That line.
And tasting at the end right there.
And we put it at the end of our kettle editions, so 15 in the whirlpool. And we get our Motica hops from Freestyle Hops. So it's a company that's a little bit more kind of crafts, like a craft hop grower.
Yeah,
And
nice.
that's nice.
Hop selection, hop picking, and they're an awesome company to work with. And we really appreciate the quality that they put in these hops.
Nice.
This is nice.
I like this lager.
So crisp.
Yeah. I like that aftertaste at
That's
the
the
end.
corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That little corn sweetness at the end,
Yeah.
perfect.
It does. This would be a hell of a michelada.
Yeah.
So we have actually stuff back there.
This would be
A fifth beer, like after shot, but
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So earlier, there was a local walking by as we were waiting outside, and we asked him what his favorite beer was. He said the $5 pint.
That's right. He's like, whatever it is, it's the $5.
Yeah, I don't know what beer it is, but it's in $5 pints. But I'm guessing it's probably the lager.
that's probably a lager.
Yeah.
You usually want to do one hoppy beer and one really light beer. So it's either a lager or a blonde. And our happy hour is pretty much an all-day happy hour. That cuts off at 7.
Nice.
Much all day.
So you guys open up at 2, right? And then 7 o'clock the happy hour's over. So between 2 and 7, you can come by and get a $5 lager,
Yeah.
a $5 pint.
Nice. And on the weekend, sometimes 12. So you might have a couple extra hours to
Nice.
get it in.
Hell yeah. This is the spot.
That's the spot, man.
Yeah.
And we wanted to have beers that didn't break the bank. Beer historically has been the poor man's drink of choice, and it's nothing with that. You got to remember, like people don't want to go to a spot and spend $12 for a pint,
Right.
$11 for a pint,
Right.
and break the bank. We want to make sure it's like the people that can afford our beer are the working man.
Yeah.
People that don't want to waste an arm and leg on it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And it's so true. Grew up working in a garage, and it was like was part of the barter system.
Yeah.
Like people would tip with beer, and you're like, okay, we fix a car, and they pay for their invoice, and then you get like a case of beer as a tip. And it's always been that way. It's like the working class. At the end of the day, you worked hard, enjoy a good drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I I feel fortunate because I came from a place that when I moved out of Alaska, we just started getting the Alaskan Amber. We just got a brewery, and I had just moved out.
Yeah.
And then I bounced around a lot and landed here in San Diego and learned about this is the capital, the craft capital. And that's debatable, right? People are like, oh, that's subjective.
Yeah.
There is more awards won by the breweries here in San Diego County than anywhere else.
But it goes between 3 cities, really.
Well, yeah, that's why I said the county.
Yeah. It goes in between San Diego, or Colorado, Denver.
Denver. Well, yeah. So
I would say
Glamour County up in Colorado. You got Fort Collins, Fort Collins Brewery, Boulder,
and I would say Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle is another one of the big beer towns.
ATL's coming up.
But Bend.
We heard about that.
Bend is booming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oregon. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're right. I heard about that too. So I mean, it's again, I'm biased because I live here. I still consider us the best.
For sure.
And I say us because I've been here now 10 years right now.
LA is also no slouch.
Yeah, they're coming up.
Really tightened down on a lot of the breweries that are there now, and a lot of the beers that are coming out are pretty good and are actually pretty fantastic.
Mm.
But that being said, too, there's also a lot of junk out there.
That is true.
But you could probably add on to this. There's a lot of breweries out there shutting down.
Yeah.
And this is either from after effects of COVID.
Yeah.
Being able to struggle through everything. But from the closures are going to come a new wave of people, new wave of breweries, new wave of brewers.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see all the breweries shut down.
Yep.
But I'm excited to see what kind of coming.
Yeah. Should we do our third?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. So what we got up next is the wartime chocolate cake porter.
Cheers.
I'm excited for this one. I like how. Yeah.
Say it again. Say it
Does it taste like chocolate cake? That's what we're here to find out. Chocolate cake in the glass. Yeah. This is good.
Fair warning, there is lactose in here. So, okay, if you are lactose intolerant, you'll feel it later.
What do you think, Brian?
That's interesting.
So it's an English porter we use with English yeast. Bitterness on the lower end of it, but we use lactose and we use cocoa nibs. We use some ridiculous amount of cocoa nibs. I think it's like 200 pounds for a 20-barrel batch.
Nice.
Something like that.
Jeez.
So it's a lot of chocolate. We let the beer sit on the chocolate for like a week, circulate it, and then transfer it over to another tank, carb it up, and ready to go. This is definitely focused for more of our sweet beer drinkers. Still a beer, I would say, not super desserty.
Yeah.
But it definitely has a lot of English notes and a lot of sweetness.
It's definitely a porter. Like, I'm not a big porter person. It's smooth. It's smooth. I love that aroma. I can't get over that. Like,
yeah. And that's the thing. It's when I first started brewing here, my first beer that we brewed was the American Strong Ale.
Okay.
And that was my boss said, like, hey, brew us an American Strong Ale. And working at Ballast Point, working at Great Flash, it was just, IPA factory.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, that was my first big challenge, was making a new recipe, something different. And then I figured out that American Strong Ale was essentially just arrogant master. Why not do that?
Well, why didn't you just call it that?
And as from there, we went on brewing the recipe. But that being said, our beer list has anything from like English browns, English porters. We have a seltzer, we have shandies. Like, we have so many different like styles that no matter if you don't like beer, if you think you don't like beer, there's going to be something here that we like.
Well, and that's just it, right? So, like, we all have our preference of the style of beer that we like. Since we've been doing our show, I've now come to be able to appreciate the styles that I'm not particular about.
Yeah.
But I start getting like, okay, no porter should be like, certain things. And I'm like, the first thing, man, as soon as I grabbed this glass and brought it up, the aroma, it hits you. I feel like I'm in a bakery.
Yeah, this is
that is so cool.
We use A28 London Ale one from BSI Labs. That's a yeast laboratory up in Colorado. We love their London ale yeast. And it's very versatile. You get all that aroma you're getting is from the yeast-derived esters. And so we use that for English IPAs. We use that for English browns. We use that for ESBs, everything.
That makes sense. Totally makes sense.
I do like it. I do like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely what I like about this place, it does have a beer for everybody. If you don't like porters, if you don't like hazies, if you don't like lagers, you'll find something on the menu that you're going to like. So I think the next one up, we even have sours. Brian does not like sours. So I can't wait what he has to say about this sour coming up. Because just like you say, you have a new
biased.
You have a new appreciation for
I do. But if you notice, 20 episodes deep, I haven't had one sour on film because I don't.
You've been avoiding them.
You've been wanting to avoid them.
Yeah,
I do avoid them. But just like anything else, it's you got to approach it right. Yeah, it might not be for me, but I know I do like sour candy. So that's one thing, right?
I will say our sours are more like sour candy.
Hey, challenge accepted. Gauntlets down.
Yeah. But that's for the next beer. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, this is absolutely cool. For me, this is desserty. This is it's very sweet.
Porter right now.
Yeah,
in the middle of the San Diego summer.
Well, let's try it. So just viewers' discretion be advised. No, I'm kidding. I'm not a huge, as we said earlier. I'm not a huge sour person. And now you gave me 2 sours, right?
I'll give you 2 sours.
You gotta try the apricot. Try the apricot first.
I'm gonna really put this out.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna do this at my own pace. I want to join.
Yeah.
No, try the apricot first.
Jesus. Okay.
But these are Blitzkrieg sours. I would say they're our most popular beer.
Yeah.
Bar.
Nice.
Yeah. Besides,
that's the funny thing about San Diego. It seems that people love sours here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not much of a sour guy, but everybody else around me loves them. I think it's for people that aren't beer drinkers.
I would say so.
It's a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah. Oh, it's really sour.
That is a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah.
So the apricot one is my favorite.
Yeah, this is freaking good, man. Hey, this is
nice. That's that one off film.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
That's a Sour Patch Kid. See, I think what's getting me is I like sour. But a lot of the sours I'm getting like a real bitter with it. I don't know what's happening with the sour that I'm getting, but it throws off what I'm looking for in a sour. I feel like instead of getting the sour from the inside of a lemon, I get a little bit of that and I get the mostly rind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what just happened? That's not sour, man.
Yeah. Try the.
It's bitter.
And, I will say,
cheers, neighbors.
Salud. Cheers.
Salud.
Skull,
baby.
Kind of the same thing. A lot of fruity nuts.
This one's sour too.
Yeah.
But that one's more sour.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay.
But that one's kind of like a fruity candy.
Yeah.
And we get our concentrates from Western American Foods. They're a company out of Nevada, and we love their products. And it's 100% fruit, concentrated. We get it same day or next day ship frozen.
Nice.
Luckily, because shipping is so expensive, we actually work with 3-4 other breweries on combined orders. And that way we save on a $900 shipping cost, spread it around through 3 or 4 different breweries, depending how much they order. And we get to experience good quality products and not break the bank.
So your most popular beer here is your sour?
I would say so.
You would say
this and our IPAs.
I can see why this one is your most popular. I can definitely see people that aren't beer drinkers come and drink this one and really enjoy it.
That's their most popular, right?
This one. I would say just the Blitzkrieg itself.
The Blitzkrieg. Really?
I like the apricot one because this company has a lot of kind of outlandish fruits that you might not necessarily think about putting in a beer. Let's say apricot. Yeah. When's the last time you've seen maybe an apricot?
It's very rare. I don't think I've ever seen that actually.
I've seen the apricot beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
They have they sent me a couple samples, and I really like rhubarb.
See, my favorite, strawberry rhubarb pie.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. There you go, right? That, like, if you bite into a rhubarb, it's the same thing, right? Like, you get that, like, that just like kick in the face sour in your mouth. Yeah, but as soon as, like, you're gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
And that's,
And
doesn't linger.
my main goal is like have something available to the public they can't necessarily get anywhere else. So apricot sour, rhubarb sour next.
There's one chat where
Yeah, it's something cool. It's something to be able to like experiment on different stuff. And we're gonna can for sure the mango one, but I can see
that.
actually canning some other things too.
Yeah, if you guys did a strawberry rhubarb, I would help you make it.
Yeah.
I'll just can it. Like, I won't make it because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'll just do, like, the labor part. Put this here. Sweep the floor.
But what do you think for sour that?
I do like it.
I love the beer community. Like,
Yeah.
everybody that we meet at all the different breweries, they're all amazing people. We get along great. They open us with like open arms. Like, it's crazy. Like, I couldn't imagine like anything better than this.
So that's the community, though.
Yeah.
That's the community. And that's why you don't burn bridges in the community because,
Yep.
you know,
Like you said, people talk to you know.
they do.
They do.
They do.
We hear all the gossip.
Yeah.
We hear all the gossip.
Well, and that's honestly, that's why I think I'm scared of sours, too. Because I'm like, oh, crap. This is our last episode, guys. I'm like, son of a, just rolling dice here. Not in Vegas, man. You don't
I will say that it's like everyone's flavor thresholds is completely different. I did the U60 extension course.
Yeah.
And one of the coolest classes I did was flavor sensory program. And they essentially spiked water from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with all the basic flavors.
There's one more sour.
Sour, salty, bitter.
Yeah, water.
Just water. And it's you were trying to figure out your threshold. 0 meant that like it didn't matter, like you were very sensitive, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
As it goes up, then you're like 5. It's like if you get a taste of 5, then you just can't taste whatever it's trying to give you.
I really feel like I'm being like a 10.
Yeah.
But like I can't be a sommelier for wine. I can't do this for beer. Like, so Khalil wants to be a beer judge. So he wants to go through the whole thing. I'm like, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just don't think like I would be a good beer judge because
Too biased.
well, it's not that I know what I like.
No. Yeah.
Sour. You don't even try. You didn't even try that. I just know. Right? Like, who's the winner here? And be like, well, it's Little Miss. I'm clear. It's clear.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't try it. Didn't
Try it.
If we're serious about beer judging, Aaron Justice is
Yes.
the main people about that.
Yeah, we did talk to him about it a little bit. Yeah.
I will say to you is there's a lot of events that happen throughout the year. One of them specifically being the Del Mar Pear International Beer Festival.
Yeah.
The festival no longer there anymore. I think they took a break from it. But the competition is.
Yeah, they just had the competition, right?
And the competition, they're always looking for judges. They're always looking for people. And I would say if you're always looking to get into it, that's a great way to segment because you get paired up with people that do have experience.
Right.
That do know how to judge.
Make that.
From there, you can ask some questions. They're not going to be mean.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. Most people I met pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah.
See, and that's why I feel like you should go through the whole program. Oh, because so much of like the comments that we hear is that what they like about our show is that we're just the people off the street.
Yeah.
Right? We don't know really much about beer other than we drink it. And we know what we like and what we don't like. And we have our interviews with the brewers.
Yeah.
And as we go through, we learn like, oh, that's why I don't like that particular kind of beer.
Yeah.
Because of things. Or this is why I like
types of hops.
Right? Exactly. We're learning like, the basic or the most used hops, like, Nelson.
Yeah.
I hear, oh, we did this with Nelson. I'm like, okay, there's going to be a good chance I'm going to like this beer.
Yeah. Strada's another one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's well used. It's well known. It's true, tried and true.
That Session Hazy had Nelson.
There you go. Right.
Mm-hmm. That's why I like this. Not a bad beer.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like we're starting to get to the point where we hear certain ingredients and certain hops. Like, okay, I'm going to like this beer. Before I even get to the beer. The only way I'm not going to like it is the brew process.
Yeah.
Right? So it has to be something you do. Okay. It's not me, it's you.
I typically like this hop. So what did you do to this one?
Why did you do it? No,
Yeah.
So bro, thank you very much for having us, man. This is such a cool location.
Yeah.
I want to say, are you guys gonna do the mural?
I want to.
That'd be so cool. Just skyline.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be so cool.
And I brought that up to my boss, and he was like, "We'll talk about it later."
Yeah,
Maybe once we get everything going first, and then we can start figuring out
Yeah.
the aesthetics of it. But I think this is good for now, and then I think that'll really push it over the limit.
How about the natural lighting in here?
Yeah.
And like taste in a metal hut, Kwanzaa hut. It's not as hot as it could be, but it is still pretty warm.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Little Miss Brewing has definitely joined the flock. We got Guillermo here. Thanks for having us. We really appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. That was fun.
Always,
It was great.
always, yeah. Next time we come in, we'll probably have different beers.
Yeah.
But like, I
Yeah.
said, that's kind of our shtick. So
For sure.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
And
Take it easy, guys.